Teenagers, yeah, they can be hard to crack sometimes, maybe tough to relate to at other times. And yet in the last 5 to 10 years, parents have started to change a long-standing narrative about this age group, choosing to see teens as fun and even awesome. And it's about time, according to our next guest. Parenting contributor Heather Johnson is here to highlight 7 truths about teenagers that are guaranteed to improve your relationship. You're very tan. You look fantastic. You look like summer's treating you well.
Yes,
good to see you. Good to see you. So are you encouraged by this new view, Heather, that parents are embracing and even enjoying the teenage years?
It's about time.
Yeah.
Right? Teenagers have gotten a bad rap since the beginning of time, even to the degree where I think parents, once they get close to those years, really are dreading it. It's like, oh man, we don't want a teenager, or how are we going to handle this? I love that there has been this beautiful shift. We need to keep it going.
And why? Why do you think? Are we getting more educated as parents? Are we being more open to it? Do we remember our teenage years and we want to maybe auto-correct a little?
Yeah, I think probably all those things. I think just in general, society is now starting to understand that relationships matter most. And the way we've been going about relationships for a really long time hasn't been that great. I mean, they're, yes, great in some ways, but we're being educated in understanding that empathy and validation and connection. We're recognizing that people want to be seen, and we're recognizing that teenagers fall and little kids fall under those exact same qualifications for great relationships. I also think that it hasn't gone really well with teenagers for a long time. And finally, we're a little bit tired of those relationships being uncomfortable. And we decided to say, what do we need to do different so that we can actually enjoy these years? I mean, it's a huge chunk of what goes on in our home and those years where we're raising our kids. It's about time we find the joy in it.
As you highlighted those skills or those values that we're getting better at, right? The validation, the empathy, and the connection. I found myself just sitting here thinking that's what teenagers need and perhaps what they were missing.
Absolutely.
In the rocky relationships of the past. And it's not to discount the challenges that come with teenagehood. How do you want parents to view these years?
I want us to look at teenagers and these years and first see them as awesome. Teenagers, they're awesome. Then to look at them and realize they are doing their very best. They are each step of the way. And I think it's important to remember, you know, when things don't go well in the past, it's not necessarily because they're challenging, it's because we haven't known how to do it in a healthy way as parents. And so to realize that, and also to know that they are desperate for the skills. Our teenagers want to be taught and develop the skills and have the tools that they need in order to have these relationships, in order to be successful for themselves in these years. Remember, there's massive turmoil going on in a teenager's head and in their heart as they're trying to sort out. They've never been teenagers before. And so it's so important that we remember they want the skills to do this in a healthy way. We want to see them as awesome. They are trying. They genuinely are trying, just like we are.
Word of the day, awesome. Let's get into this awesome list. 7 truths about teenagers guaranteed to change your relationship.
Yes.
You touched on the first one. Teens are awesome, but so are their brains.
Their brains. We tend to look at a teenager and we go, oh, something's wrong with your head, right? You think funny. You don't handle this well. Your mind isn't processing
What's wrong with you?
It's exactly right. Instead of realizing their brains are right where they should be. Their brains are adaptable. They're looking to evolve. Their brains are programmed in their teenage years to challenge the status quo. They're programmed to take risks so that they can learn. They're programmed to function off of emotion so they can discover them, figure them out, and then learn how to manage them.
They're programmed to function off of emotion.
Yes, they are. And their brains are amazing. How cool to think that they're in this state where everything is so pliable. Isn't that awesome to consider? And then we can step in as parents and we can help them mold that brain, manage those emotions, learn to evolve. We've got to see their brains as something we can work with instead of something that's getting in the way of us having a relationship.
Heard. This next truth I'm so eager to hear your thoughts around. Taking their phone away doesn't help. It doesn't?
No.
It feels like the ultimate, threat, bribery, success story. If the phone goes away, the behavior comes into place.
Right. They sneeze wrong and we take their phone. They don't make their bed and we take their phone. They get bad grades, we take their phone. They're on it too much, we take their phone. It's like this catch-all consequence. This consequence doesn't teach them any skills. It doesn't. We think that by taking their phone for everything, and I get it, we feel like it's our only leverage.
We feel like it works,
right?
Quote unquote.
Temporarily. It does not work in the long run because it hasn't taught them anything. It hasn't taught them how to regulate emotions or manage anything. We think it's going to teach them and help them change behavior. We think it's going to help establish some authority and control, and it doesn't. It does the exact opposite. It actually brings up this kind of forbidden fruit approach where because they don't get it, they actually want it more. They'll become more deceptive. They learn poor behavior skills when it comes to phone management. It actually does the exact opposite of what we think it's going to do.
Can you think of a case scenario where the phone may be, I mean, obviously poor use or inappropriate use.
There you go.
But in terms of day-to-day, no.
If the taking the phone is the direct consequence of the usage of the phone, then you can look at it that way and go, okay, well, this is being misused. And
Okay.
so, but it's still an idea of, I need to teach you how to use it appropriately.
Skills.
It will not teach the skills to take the phone.
All right,
know.
spoken by our parenting contributor. We'll just
It's a
shock you
tricky
even
one.
more. Messy rooms are okay.
They are okay.
Are we sure?
Yes, they're okay. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing about messy rooms. Messy rooms get frustrating because they bring out fears in us, right? For example, we look at a messy room and we think, well, does this mean that they're going to be husbands and wives that are messy? Does this mean that people are going to look at me and I'm not a good mom? Have I not taught them?
I was just going to say, have I taught you nothing?
Have I taught? It's exactly right. That's what we don't like. That's why messy rooms bug us so much. It's okay if they have a messy room. It's actually okay. And the reason it's okay is because if we're so focused on the room, all we do is nag them. We ride them, we're on them all the time.
Which gets to your next point, nagging kills connection.
It does, it kills connection. And the thing is, when it comes back to that room, we should be much more concerned that they have an open door than a clean floor. And hear it that way. We want open doors with our teenagers, even if it means dirty floors. The clean floor doesn't connect us, the open door does.
Say it again.
We need open doors, not clean floors.
Okay.
Right? It's a mantra. Hear it.
Yeah.
It means so much more. And again, we start nagging when we want that clean floor. We ride them. We get on them. We obviously need to teach them. And that's the best way to manage a messy room, is to model for them what you hope it looks like. Teach them the skills to handle those things. But we get so focused, that and when kids are little, we get so focused on what they eat. And the power struggles ensue. I need you to take a bite of all your food, or I need your room to be clean. Those power struggles disconnect, right? Then the doors close.
So nagging, if we can just touch on that briefly, you know, it's a mom asking something repeatedly, repetitively. It's trying to continue and prompt and urge and motivate. What do we do instead?
Well, they're hearing, we want to take into consideration that first. They're hearing you don't trust me. They're hearing you're trying to control me. They're hearing you don't think I can do it. So we're much better off looking at them and saying, hey, I know that this is something that you can tackle. Let me know if you need some support. We're much better looking at them and saying those things instead of riding them all the time.
And if it doesn't happen?
Then some of it's usually okay.
Okay.
Right? And now those things that aren't, we need to look at it and recognize it means they're lacking a skill. If they're not showing up, it means they don't have the skills to do it. We don't look at them that way. We think that they're being defiant. So let's look at them and ask ourselves, okay, what skills do we need to work on developing so that you can say yes to this request, so that you can follow through with this? And then we've taken a completely different approach with them.
All right, here's another approach. Don't get offended by the eye roll.
Yes, which they roll their eyes sometimes 50 times a day.
So do preteens.
And
did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And every time we want to look at them and say, don't roll your eyes at me. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't disrespect me that way. They're not trying to be disrespectful. When teenagers roll their eyes, or preteens, they're actually expressing distress, not disrespect. Something is going on. It's a mismanagement of emotions.
That's a reframe.
Totally different. Instead of, I'm trying to disrespect you,
Yeah.
or be mean to you, or you're irritating to me. No, they're actually crying out to be seen. They're saying, hey, I don't feel understood. And we can look back at them and say, hey, you seem frustrated. Is this something you want to talk about, or you want me to give you some space? Just simply acknowledging that. You also do not need to say that every time the eyes roll. They will roll much more than you need to point out. Your teenager is aware that it's happening. We know what's going on. We don't have to bring light to it every single
see it,
time.
acknowledge it or not, and then move forward.
Yes, and give them space to say, you want this distress to be something we talk about, or you want your space with it?
Okay, all right, 1 minute left, a couple truths to talk through. Mismanaging time, not the end of the world.
It is not, and it also does not mean they're lazy. It does not mean they're doomed, and they are not doing any of it on purpose. It means that it's a skill, again, that they don't have. They need to learn, right? Time management, it's not a character trait. It's a skill. But we quickly equate it to they are lazy. We decide that it's a character trait. Time management is learning skills. It just means that they need to practice more. And it's okay. And if they're going to be late, okay. Well, then they're going to start to learn the skills that they need to be on time if there's a consequence to that. But as far as it creating contention, gosh, the sooner we let that go and realize, hey, they've got to learn these skills, and then we help them learn them, the quicker we realize this isn't who they are. It's what they're learning.
let's land on this final truth, which sort of encapsulates all of it. Their attitude isn't about us.
It isn't. And the sooner, right, we've said this for decades, it seems like here, stop making it about us. Their bad attitude or their ornery attitude doesn't mean anything about us. And that means, doesn't mean we're doing it wrong, and it doesn't mean they don't like us, and it doesn't mean they're intentionally trying to hurt us. It doesn't mean any of those things. It means that they're, again, dysregulated. It means that they're sorting out their own emotions. How cool if we could see that and go, man, she must really be struggling today, instead of attacking them because we've decided that it means they're trying to disrespect us. It isn't about us. And in fact, all of these behaviors we've talked about, the truth behind all of them is they're not about us. And if we get out of our own way, gosh, we can see how awesome our teenagers are. They really are so cool. And spending time with them lets us start to realize that.
Heather, thank you for the reframe and for the conversation that felt both calming and I think control producing in the right way, right? We have the control to treat this relationship in the right way. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Heather has a private practice. She coaches individuals and families. You can find her contact information on our website.